General Motors has officially entered the electric vehicle battlefield, and they aren't just dipping their toes. They're diving headfirst with a strategy so bold, so ambitious, it just might work. GM is playing the long game, and they're not pulling any punches. How exactly does GM plan to outshine Tesla, Ford, and all the EV upstarts? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how GM is plotting its rise to EV dominance, and how they plan to leave competitors eating their dust. And hey, if you're as curious about the future of cars as we are, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. It helps us bring you the inside scoop on the world's biggest auto shakeups. Plus, you'll want to stay tuned because we've got a lot of electrifying content coming your way. Now, let's get rolling. It's no secret that GM's journey into the electric vehicle market started off, let's just say, a little bumpy. For years, GM leaned heavily on the Chevy Bolt. A solid EV, sure, but hardly the Tesla killer they hoped for. And while they promised innovation, their production issues, battery hiccups, and constant delays kept GM trailing behind the competition. And honestly, it made the EV skeptics louder. But here's where things get interesting. GM has finally started to hit its stride, and it's not just by chance. In fact, their EV sales have jumped a staggering 60% this year. A major win for a company that struggled to ramp up production just months ago. That kind of turnaround doesn't happen overnight. So, what's driving this momentum? Well, it's not just one thing, it's an entirely new strategy. GM isn't trying to beat Tesla with one superstar car. Instead, they're playing the long game, with a diverse EV lineup that targets every corner of the market. It's not just about tech lovers or early adopters anymore. It's about winning over everyone. And here's the kicker. GM has already snagged the number 2 spot for EV sales in North America. They've leapfrogged Ford, Hyundai, and everyone else. And they're not stopping there. They've set their sights on the top. And if this momentum keeps up, they might just pull it off. Oh, and before we get into the juicy details of GM's master plan, here's a quick reminder. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe. Trust us, there's a lot more where this came from. We've got updates on the latest tech, trends, and shakeups in the auto industry, and you won't want to miss it. GM's strategy revolves around choice. They're not just making cars for tech geeks and early adopters. They're creating EVs for everyone, from budget-conscious drivers to luxury enthusiasts, soccer moms, road trippers, and even hardcore pickup truck fans. Let's break it down. The Chevy Equinox EV, affordable, practical, and capable of over 300 miles on a single charge. Starting at around $35,000 or as low as $27,000 with incentives. This SUV is GM's answer to mass-market EVs. For anyone worried that EVs are too expensive, GM's got your back. The Cadillac Lyriq, GM's flagship luxury EV. It's sleek, powerful, and turning heads everywhere. And let's face it, when you pull up in a Lyriq, people notice. It's proof that luxury and electric power go hand in hand. The GMC Hummer EV. Remember when Hummers were gas-guzzling monsters? Not anymore. The new Hummer EV is a beast. It's massive, it's electric, and it's unapologetically over the top. If you want to dominate the road and the future, this is the truck for you. The Chevy Silverado EV, a powerful electric pickup with nearly 500 miles of range. Yep, you heard that right, 500 miles. It's built for work, play, and everything in between, and it's putting competitors on notice. Add to that upcoming models like the Cadillac Optic, Escalade IQ, and revived Chevy Bolt, and you've got the most diverse EV lineup on the market. Whether you're into SUVs, trucks, luxury rides, or affordable options, GM's got you covered. But it's not just about variety. GM's lineup is making EVs accessible to more people than ever before, and that's how you win a market. Build something for everyone, and suddenly you're not just competing, you're leading. Now, here's where things get really futuristic. GM's secret weapon is their Ultium battery platform. This isn't just another battery, it's the backbone of GM's entire EV strategy, and the reason they can roll out so many models so quickly. It's a platform that allows for innovation and efficiency, which is exactly what GM needs to dominate a market that's evolving faster than ever. What makes Ultium so special? Well, it's flexible, scalable, and cheaper to produce. GM can use the same battery architecture to power everything from compact cars to massive trucks, which cuts costs and speeds up production. Think of it like Legos for electric vehicles. But instead of building blocks, you're building a fleet of game-changing cars and trucks. And here's the real brilliance: because Ultium is designed to scale, GM can quickly adapt to consumer demand, whether drivers want affordable EVs or high-powered luxury models. The Ultium battery also boasts advancements in energy density, meaning more power in smaller and lighter packages. That's huge for both performance and range. Take GM's upcoming model trucks like the Silverado EV can offer close to 500 miles on a charge, while smaller vehicles like the Equinox EV deliver over 300 miles at a fraction of the cost. With this kind of versatility, GM is making it clear Ultium isn't just a battery, it's the future of mobility. And here's the real game changer: GM's battery costs are dropping fast. As production ramps up, GM is approaching the holy grail of EVs: profitability. Every automaker knows that building EVs at scale is where the real battle lies, but few have figured it out. GM, however, is on the brink of flipping the entire industry. Let's be honest, EVs are expensive to make, and most automakers are still losing money on them. But GM, they're close to flipping the script. As battery costs shrink, production scales up, and Ultium continues to prove its flexibility. GM's EVs will start making money, and when that happens, well, let's just say Tesla's reign might not last forever. If there's one thing that scares people away from EVs, it's range anxiety, the fear of running out of juice before you find a charger. Let's face it, no one wants to be stuck on the side of the road with a dead battery and no charging station in sight. GM knows this, and they're tackling the problem head-on with a two-pronged approach: delivering longer ranges and building a robust charging infrastructure. First, most of GM's EVs now offer a range of over 300 miles, which is more than enough for the average driver's daily use and even longer road trips. But GM isn't satisfied with good enough. They're rolling out models like the Silverado EV, with a staggering range of nearly 500 miles on a single charge. That's not just competitive, it's game-changing. For context, 500 miles is like driving from Los Angeles to San Francisco and back, without needing to plug in once. But a great range means little if you can't find a place to charge when you need it. That's why GM is also focusing on partnerships with charging companies, travel centers, and even other automakers to build a massive EV charging network across North America. And we're not talking about just sprinkling a few chargers here and there. The goal is ambitious. GM wants to ensure that charging stations are as easy to find as gas stations, whether you're commuting across town, driving across country, or pulling into a highway rest stop. On top of that, GM is working to make the charging experience faster and smoother. New fast charging technology is cutting charge times down to minutes rather than hours. Imagine grabbing a coffee or a quick snack while your car charges up enough to take you another 200 miles. That's the kind of seamless experience GM is building. The goal? Make charging your car as easy and convenient as filling up a gas tank, and maybe even faster. Whether you're running errands, taking a road trip, or heading out on a weekend adventure, GM wants to make sure you can recharge without stress. By addressing range and infrastructure together, GM is eliminating one of the biggest barriers holding back EV adoption. And they're doing it with a strategy that benefits every driver. So, is GM's EV strategy foolproof? Not exactly. There are still hurdles to clear, like scaling up production, fixing supply chain issues, and convincing skeptical buyers to make the switch. The EV market is evolving, but it's also unpredictable. Fluctuations in demand, economic challenges, and fierce competition mean GM must stay nimble and ready to adapt at every turn. And let's not forget Tesla, which still holds the EV crown, for now. But GM has the momentum, the tech, and the strategy to pull it off. They're betting big on EVs, and they're already seeing results. With record-breaking sales, a growing market share, and a lineup that caters to everyone, GM is proving that they're not just another legacy automaker. What's even more impressive is GM's willingness to take risks. While some automakers hesitate, GM is forging ahead with aggressive plans for infrastructure, battery development, and a diverse EV portfolio. It's a high-stakes game, and GM knows it. They're not just building cars, they're building confidence among buyers who are still on the fence about going electric. They're a company reinventing itself and maybe, just maybe, leading the charge into an electric future. So, what do you think? Will GM's bold strategy be enough to dethrone Tesla and dominate the EV market? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of EVs, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.